welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Interview with Kaziklu Bey. So another episode of Dies Irae. So yeah, let's just continue. It's been a while. I took quite a long break from recording like visual novels in general. So yeah, it's probably late also and as an upload, but we're finally back. So yeah, and also thank you for the comments on the previous episodes, and I got some like facts and like interesting stuff going on, and yeah, thanks for all the tips. I mean, like little fun facts and stuff. Like for example, I didn't knew that this is actually the direct reference to Interview with the Vampire from the like journalist that was like named Daniel Molloy. I had no idea that was the case, so thanks. That's like little like cool little like, you know, stuff going on around the game. So yeah, I guess let's just go. Also apparently the like souls, like amount of souls you can like sack off basically is like determined. So I was like wrong before. Like I thought like they don't have basically limits, and just Schreiber being like more active basically to have more souls than Bay and stuff. I didn't knew that they actually can have limits, but yeah, I guess that makes sense. So anyway, I talked too much because it's been too long, so let's just continue. Also my microphone is too loud, so I will just like take it off from my face. Hopefully it will fix everything. And yeah, let's go. Also, if you want to see these episodes earlier, you can become a member if you'd like to support me as well. If you'd like to. And actually, this is like, since like it's been like a long time since I've recorded, this is actually happening on stream. So, one episode of Dies Irae on stream. Let's go. Claudia Jerusalem was a nun, and she was so pious you could almost smell the church wax on her. Okay. Interesting. And she became acquaintance to vampire. That's kinda unusual combo. To be frank, her clothes and mannerism were a dead giveaway. But I couldn't notice, cause everything else was more important in my eyes. You might wonder why a nun was on a battlefield in enemy lands. There was nothing weird about that. War isn't all about killing, you know? Sure, that was the main deal, but that was exactly why they had to make sure the bullets kept flying, no problem. You needed someone to care for the injured and keep the food going. Stuff like that was too much for an average grunt, and honestly, everyone preferred to be looked after the good woman instead of some bearded meathead. Makes sense. And that was why it was the woman's job. But it just happened that most normal women didn't last 3 days before breaking and making a run for it. I mean, can you blame them? Like, holy Jesus. Every day being like on constant stress like this, like people like dying basically on your watch here. What kind of woman did they need then? Not even a question. There's a reason why people often see nurses as angels. Anyone reeling in hell needed salvation, and obviously only the holy could provide that service. That was Claudia's job. If you ask me, it seems fucking insane that someone would ever do it willingly. But it makes sense, doesn't it? She belonged to the Warsaw Garrison, Army Nursing Division. But she's been with me even since we met. Was that actually a thing? Like there was like a nursing division? I had no idea. If that's actually a thing, then I had no idea that existed. Something called nursing division. Or this is just made up for this era. You can let me know in the comments. Well, to be clear, I basically forced her to come with me. If you wanna know more about Warsaw, just look it up yourself. Shit went on for some time afterwards, and I'm sure Claudia had lots of work, but they didn't give a fuck about that. After all, we're told together. If the old Heydrich called me, there was no point in staying at shithole. And honestly, I was getting bored of army life. Anyway, I had Claudia come with me. Again, I pretty much forced her, but she didn't resist all that much. I was her savior after all. Also, I'm still like very curious, like, why he would like bother like keeping her like on his side? I mean, he basically chose the quality of soul instead of like quantity, but still, he didn't like chose to devour her or anything. He just like spared her life basically, and just like she became his companion or something, you know? I mean, I guess because she reminded him of Helga and himself as well. So they can be actually emotional and attached to people, it seems. In some twisted ways. Maybe. I don't know what's going in his head, basically. Now for the meat. The reason why I was fixated on her was simple. I was gonna consume her. Oh, okay. You should just read. Remember how I needed a paradigm shift? A breakthrough to pass the wall? She was basically a sacrifice to help me. The amount of souls we could gather depends on the person. Back at war, so I realized my limit and understood that I couldn't pass it at that point in time. Still, I couldn't just accept and twiddle my thumbs. Like, come on, I couldn't let myself fall behind those with larger capacity. So, his initial thought was basically, yeah, I would just like burn out some of my low quality souls. Like, I would just like burn out like, I don't know, like 5,000 of them, and then I would just consume her, and this one soul will be worth of these 5,000 or something like that. That's his like initial idea, basically. I wonder if he will like keep like thinking like that, or like something will change, because he burned his souls like very slowly. I think because he's like very efficient with his Agner Bear. So maybe they can develop some kind of like feelings, basically, or something. Maybe he will like not want to consume her anymore at some point before he burns souls to like be able to like consume her. I mean, I really didn't want to disappoint like Lord Heydrich. To me, battles were never just about numbers. I didn't want that to end up being some pathetic excuse for when I lost, so I had to have a clear plan. That was where Claudia came in. To put it simply, I decided to focus on quality instead of quantity. Makes sense? There's nothing complicated about this. People were different. They looked different and had things that were good or bad. So I figured the same thing applied to souls. Getting a bit of jet fuel was better than just stuffing your tank with some shitty oil after all. I wanted things like efficiency, explosive power, density and precision. Let's assume it took 100 shitty souls to get a Knight of Bloodstained Roses running to 100 power. Okay. Also, this is like a very low amount if you think about this. Only 100 to run at oh, not 100%, 100 power. Okay, this is just like basic like number powers. Okay, I thought like he needs like just 100 to like have like 100% of his power. Okay, never mind. Now imagine how great it would be if I could use only a few percent of a single soul to create a Knight of Bloodstained Roses running at 1000. Of course, high quality souls would probably take up capacity proportional to their quality. We're saying that would effectively make capacity the most important thing again. Yeah, don't think that's the case. Why? Adaptability, familiarity, the soul's ability to dramatically change when I was the one wielding it. Basically, I wanted a soul that either only I could handle well, or become something greater for me alone. Interesting! So, even though like there's still like capacity issues, you just want like some special souls to feel like basically I am special, I can use this soul, no one else. So that's basically like to cure his ego as well. I would say. Those were 2 patterns I predicted, but I figured the result would be more or less the same regardless. That's how human relationships work, don't they? I'm probably the last guy who can say this, but to normal people, a stranger's life can't even compare to family members. And that's basically what Claudia was. She fit both of the patterns I mentioned. I defined her so that was really damn compatible with mine. The reason for that? Intuition. Probably not something you would take seriously, but it's pretty important. Just my senses of smell. So my camera is like very weird spot, and I'm probably going to fix it. So I will just cut here and like, actually I don't have to cut. I'm just going to do this. Actually I have to cut because no. I'll just cut my arm a little bit. Actually, don't even have to. Okay. Now it's better. I've been like reading on like very weird angle. Yeah, I trust my sense of smell. Though if you really want a reason, I guess I was sympathetic of her as a fellow albino. There's one more thing, and well, that's pretty complicated, so let me talk about it in detail. Okay. 2 months had passed since the incident at Warsaw. I was currently in the countryside down to Paderborn. I never heard that name. Also, he managed to not consume her in 2 months. Something definitely changed in the relationship. Sorry for that. Okay. Oops. God damn it. I just clicked. It was about to be bombed, so it was pretty damn chaotic, but it wasn't like I gave a shit. What mattered was that it was Lord Heydrich's court. Oh. I would occupy a random empty house and woke up in one of his beds, as was unusual to me. Of course it was night, not morning. Okay.
Daddy. Oi, Claudia. Teme, oi, korra. Doko ni iru?
Okay. The woman was living here with me. I was the one who chose the place, but I really didn't give a shit whether she was fine with it. It was her job to be considerate of my wishes after all. Still, she was actually happy to be here. Said something about this town being good for a nun, but actually went on to cause something that was a real pain in the ass for me.
Hi!
Whoa! That's so unusual. Okay. Casual clothes of Claudia, it seems. I would say like it's more like I don't know, like pajamas, like sleeping dress, something like that. I mean, you could sleep in this, right? Very curious why he still didn't consume her. Oh. Oh! I was like, for a second, like, terrified about what I'm going to see, but it's fine. Okay. That was what I meant. This idiot enjoyed walking in sunlight. It was like she didn't even know what she was. So she basically is ignoring her, like, albino traits. Risking her, like, own, basically, health to help others, right? Thanks to that, she always looked like she was sunburned. That's why she have these, right? Now I realized. That's why she's like bandaged all over the place. I've been wondering why she's bandaged last time. Now it makes sense. Getting covered in bandages because of the way of this way a daily occurrence, and yet she never fucking learned. Something wasn't right in her head, I swear. She could at least try and hide her half-naked body from me. It was nothing worth looking at. Oh, and she's blushing now.
ちょうどいいから少し手伝ってくださいよ。この辺にこう素敵な感じに包帯を巻くのがなんとも一人じゃ大変で。
Was hard to bandage like your back or something? I mean, you can like basically put a bandage anywhere on your body by yourself. You just like make it just like, you know, just wrap yourself in.
聞けよ人の話を。
いや、もちろん聞いていますし、言いたいことも分かっていますよ。だけどそれはそれとして、今は人助けを優先しましょう。
I like her facial expressions. So cool.
男の方なら女性全般に優しくし、その愛を受けて我々女性もまた一段。
Yeah, that's not what Bay wants.
うるせえ。嫌なこったつってんだろ。だいたいてめえ男だ女だ言うんだったら少し恥じらいを持ちやがれ。なんだそのざま。ぶち殺すぞ。
まあ、そういう気配りもできる方だったのですね。
Wow.
驚きました。意外です。そして今感動しました。あなたなりに私を案じてくださったのですね。
I mean, she's not wrong. Like, he cares for you as a food source.
言い方は少々紳士じゃありませんでしたけど。
True.
だからてめえはな。
Gabia was much like Helga, in that we often had failures in communication. She was both an idiot and a pain to deal with.
はいはい、分かってます。おっしゃることはごもっとも。ですが、こういう時に取り乱すのは程度問題なのですよ。私とてこの状況に何も感じないわけではありません。
Okay.
男性に肌を見られれば恥ずかしいし、うろたえます。しかし、そこで縮こまったら治療がおぼつかないでしょ。はしたないとするか否かは時と場合によるのです。なので、一刻も早く何とかしましょう。あなたにとってもその方がいいのでしょうし、さあ、恥ずかしがらずに手伝ってください。
Okay. At the, I guess, definition of the war nun, if you think about this, because you cannot be like embarrassed about stuff during like the war, right? Like, what if happens if we are like trapped with people and stuff, and we have to do something? And yeah, I guess it makes sense because this is during World War II, and she's a nun that's like basically on the battlefield all the time, so she developed that kind of like mindset here.
俺恥ずかしがってんじゃねえよ。呆れてんだよ。
That is true.
だいたい取り込み中ならモロ肌脱いだままやってくんなよ。
あなたが呼んだから来たんじゃないですか。
アホ、それこそ時と場合の問題だろうが。返事だけすりゃいいことで。
Wow.
ああ、このクス。
She continued bandaging herself, even as I complained, which just pissed me off more. It wasn't like I gave into her. I just felt that I would have punched her if that dragged on for too long.
かせ、こんなもんでもたもたしやがって下手くそ。
Wow, Bay actually is caring. What the hell?
すみません。もっと優しく。
Bay is like ultimate like male tsundere in this version. What the hell?
なま言ってんじゃねえよ。自業自得なことだろうが。
When I was abroad, I also had a fuck ton of burns like this. I pretty much conquered the sound when I became a member of the Obsidian table, but it wasn't like I'd forgotten how to treat them. And he can like see basically his past in her as well. Like, we had this determined in the previous episode basically, we are the same, we are similar. She said that as well. And Bay agreed, yep. And yeah, I wonder like if he like ultimately will actually eat her soul or not. I cannot tell for now, to be honest. I'm not sure. It can go two ways. It can be like maybe because she's not later in the game, so I assume she will die. So either like they will develop some kind of like relationship and they will be like, no, I'm not like eating you so you can like become a tool for me basically, or the fuel. Or maybe it can go into the way like she will ask him to eat her basically, so they can be like longer together and like she wants to like help him basically, something like that. It can go two ways. I'm not sure which way yet. I knew it didn't really suit me, but I actually knew how to handle bandages. I'd always treated my own wounds after all. It wasn't a fun thing to remember though. And yet, when I was feeling like shit, but damn it was laughing.
何がおかしい？
いえ別に誤解しないで。あなたをからかっているわけじゃありません。
This is her best facial expression probably, this one.
ただやっぱり私は薄いのだなと。そしてあなたは眩しいなと。
That's the least last thing I would to say about Bey.
同じノアの子だというのに強いですね。どうしたらあなたのようになれるんでしょうか。コツとかあります？
What I must do to become like you? Sell your soul to Mercurius and Reinhardt?
簡単なことだろ。
I made an effort, so to sound blunt and tired to control my excitement.
叫べ。自分の感情を解放すんだよ。できるってよ。信じて一気にぶちかませ。
I'd always awaited the moment she would do just that.
なるほど。つまり私は我慢しすぎと言うんですね。わかりました。
Oh god.
やってみましょう。
Please don't destroy my eardrums.
私は今恥ずかしい。恥ずかしい。ええ、恥ずかしいったら恥ずかしい。
Okay. Or that will be the moment when I... Okay, I'm ready. The fuck? Hi! So nice to see you! You had the best ending, Rusauka. Ah. Oh, and Beatrice is here as well. So they're all gathering.
おはようってあなた、そんな時間じゃないでしょう。いくらあいつが夜型でも言葉は正しく使うべきです。それでベイ、あなたクラウディアに悪さしてたら許しませんよ。
Okay. I thought like maybe they will see her for the first time, but seems like they're already aware of her existence here. Huh, interesting. So they basically allow, I would say, normal human to be around them. I wonder if Reinhardt is going to know this. Reinhardt probably knows already, like he sees basically everything, right? Oh, right, because she's half naked. Right. I'm more surprised that Rusauka is like, instead of like, oh. And now she actually screams. They make her uncomfortable, okay. She definitely loves Bey. Okay, no. Oh, this is the new soundtrack. I never heard this one. Nice. Also, yeah. This is still apparently the same artist, right? Gioska. Yeah, his art getting better and better. Like, it's the same CG basically as they had before, but like way better quality. Okay, no, I remembered something stupid. Just skip that part.
何
Okay.
なんですかこの腐れ下道は。そっくび叩き落としてやるからそこに直れ。
That's more like I expect Kusauka to be in the situation. Yeah, like, ooh, spicy. Can I join?
いやー、ベイが汚れていく。
Of course.
こら勘違いしてんじゃねえよこらだな。
Oh my god. Oh my god.
やかましいキンキンはなくなこのバカ女。
だってあなたが力いっぱい叫んだ方がいいって言うから。
So good. Oh my god. Oh god. Valkyria is just about to like unleash her lightning on Bey.
うわー、許さん。だから許さん。表出ろや。
ああ中東だこらやってやんや。
Oh god. Bey versus Beatrice. Anyway, all you need to take from this is that the others used to visit the place. We weren't on the good terms back then, and yeah, and still aren't actually. But many of them were interested in Claudia too. Okay. Huh. With that in mind,
まあ、事情は大体把握しました。誤解で先走ったことは謝罪しましょう。
this is different. Look, this is the same CG of Beatrice we had before, I believe. But it looks so different. I thought like it's totally new. It looks so different from like original game.
しかしですね、やはり私はあなた方の関係を良しとすることができません。到底許しがたいです。
What kind of relationship it is, you think?
別にてめえから許可もらおうなんてこっちは
Also that.
お呼びじゃねえからさっさと帰れ。そしても
笑わせないでください。他人の家を不法占拠している分際で偉そうに家主気取りとはちゃんちゃらおかしい限りです。
ああ
何ですか？私が間違ったことを言いましたか？
まあまあそんな尖ってないで二人とも。目の前でバチバチされたらせっかくのご飯がまずくなっちゃうじゃない。ねえクラウディア、このザワークラフトおかわりちょうだい。大盛りで。
What's sauerkraut? It's some kind of like German dish. I have no idea. Someone let me know in the comment. I would appreciate so I can like know what they eat here.
はい、いくらでもお好きなだけ召し上がれ。
Okay. And this is her casual, I mean like her normal outfit, but without the hat. She got a hat, right? As well. The non-hat. I believe in the previous episode.
私も
Oh my god.
てめえの分はもうねえよ。
だからあなたにそんな権限はないんです。
だとこら。
もう本当に仲悪いわねあんたたち。いい加減うんざりするって言ってるでしょ。
そうですね。お行儀が悪いですよ。二人とも。
Oh god.
これ以上揉めるようだと
She's too precious. Too
盛
pure.
り上げてしまいますが、どうします？
She's treating them like kids. Behave or I will take your plates. She's the mother of this group. That stupid shit aside, those two obviously knew the reason why I had Claudia with me. The recent summon was meant to celebrate the fact that the Obsidian Table found its last member. Oh, this is... Oh, number 7, Machina. With everyone gathered there, I would go on and told them about her. So, Ren is still not there, right? Like, Machina being created... Yeah, before and then later Ren being separated from Machina, yeah. I also was pretty intrigued by that. After all, I was the first to suggest picking and choosing souls based on quality and strength. Well, Lord Heydrich was an exception to that. I'll explain that later. Oh? Malleus was clearly observing Claudia. Knowing her, she probably planned on snatching her away from me, but I wasn't about to let her. There was opposition between us, and we were basically keeping each other in check for the time being. Okay. As for Valkyria? No, wait. I still call her by the name then, so I'll just go here to Beatrice.
何ですか?
Ah. I wonder why he changed his, like, thoughts on her. When he started calling her Valkyria instead of Beatrice. What kind of events triggered that in him? Because calling her Valkyria would mean that he acknowledges her place in the LDO, basically. Did he start calling her that after she died, maybe? I'm not sure. One second. I need to check something. Okay. We're still good.
なんでもねえよ。
Anyway, me taking Claudia actually pissed her the hell off. Taking Claudia actually pissed her the hell off. Blah. Sorry. Funny shit, coming from someone whose aliases was just another word for the Reaper. Huh! Is it actually? Back then, I didn't really think she was worthy of the name. That was the reason why I went for the Beatrice instead. Since she hated Valkyria, I could have called her that just to piss her off, but...
腹減ってるからって俺に当たるな。
This fucking idiot had barely eaten any souls. It was obvious she had tons of free space, but she just wasn't feeling herself. Dumb bitch had no business being called Reaper. I see. Okay, that makes sense why he doesn't call her Valkyria in his mindset. Speaking of capacities, at this point I'd realize that there were three who were clearly above me on that front. With the exception of Mercurius, I mean. That thing just didn't make any sense in that regard, yep. First was Lord Heydrich, and that was given. He was far outside the norm, and even comparing myself to him was fucking stupid. The man was in a completely different realm. The others were Machina and Schreiber. The fact that the little prick was above me pissed me off. But whatever, I just had to surpass him in quality. If I had to name anyone else, it would be Samuel. I really couldn't tell where to place her. She was about as empty as Beatrice, but unlike her, she wasn't half-assing it. It could have been that she had the same idea as me, but just didn't say it out loud. Though that being said, it didn't look like she wanted Claudia. Interesting.
ですね。私が怒ってるのはそんな低次元のことじゃありません。
Interesting that Samuel potentially had the same idea as Bay, and she's not even like fully like powered with souls, and so is Beatrice. Huh. I mean, I guess that would make sense for Samuel and Beatrice because they were like these people, like especially Samuel, very like, you know, like they had like in high regards their like place and like being maybe not high in command, but like how do you how can I explain this? I'm not sure. Maybe you know what I mean. I'm not sure how to explain that. But we know what the kind of like behavior and like mindset have like Samuel, so probably just that.
あなたの身を案じているんです、クラウディア。もっと自分を大事にしなさい。
毎度毎度の展開ね。
お前いつも同じこと言って飽きねえのかよ。
飽きません。というか、そもそもそういう問題じゃありません。
I was cited in disbelief. I was found the whole damn situation annoying. Claudia faintly smiled. This had happened tons of times, and yet Beatrice played her part as if she wasn't just repeating herself. What a bimbo.
わかっていますか？こいつはあなたを殺す気ですよ。
Okay.
そんな男と同棲だなんて。
So Claudia's aware of this actually.
まして、聖職者が自殺行為は教義に反するし、女性としてもダメダメです。
Ah.
そうは言いますけど、困りましたね。
Despite her words, she didn't seem the least bit troubled. And I probably wasn't the only one who felt that way. Really, this idiot was on the whole another level when it came to being simple-minded.
私は彼に命を救われた身ですから、
Huh,
恩を返さないといけません。
I see. Okay.
たとえ死ぬことになったとしても。
So basically her principle is that I would have died anyway. So even if he kills me, I will help him because he saved my life, so my life belongs to him. Something like that. This is the principle she follows right now.
命には命で報いる。
Yeah, okay.
そういうものじゃないでしょうか。
だから絶対そんなのは偶然です。たまたまです。不可抗力です。こいつ。
おい
I mean, it's been an accident, yeah.
いやー、でも実際そうなんじゃない？
Uh-huh.
それに彼は約束をしてくれましたし、半分しかない私の片側を見つけてくれると。
What do you mean? I didn't hear that.
また。
はい。結局はその話です。
Huh. Interesting. Even Beatrice couldn't help but make a bitter expression. By this point, she knew pretty damn well that Claudia wouldn't budge when it came to this matter.
そんなものはただの錯覚です。あなたは半分なんかじゃない。
そう言ってくださるのは嬉しいですが、あなたの強さが証明しているんですよ、ベアトリスさん。
Okay. She thought she was a feeble half a person, and that was the primary reason why I became as certain that a soul like hers was hard to come by. Just like me, she was born for the night, which meant she didn't know the word of day. Basically, she only had half of the normal reality. Oh, that's why she calls herself a half. Okay.
私にはあなた方がとても眩しく感じられます。熱くて強くて輝いて見えます。それはきっと私にない世界を持っているからなのでしょう。単純に考えても倍は違う。
Okay.
だからそんな風になりたいと思うし、そのためなら命もかけます。半分のまま何もせずに生きて死ぬよりはそうしたい。
Okay, I think like okay, so this gives me kinda indication of ending of Claudia, I think. I'm going to go with the idea of like right before she will die or something, she will actually tell Bey to eat her. I think like she will actually give up her soul to Bey.
憧れなんです。私は光の世界にどうしても触れたいんですよ。
That only makes sense from this conversation. Basically, Claudia considered everything she was to be less than half of what everyone else had. Though instead of self-deprecation, it was more thanks to her overvaluing what was beyond her. She was the common folk, blessed by daylight, and fervently believed they were superior. Beatrice was right on one front. That was pure fucking delusion. Claudia wasn't lacking in terms of emotion. It wasn't like everyone else averaged out at twice as much as her. Despite that, she just refused to admit it. No matter what, she just didn't accept it that the favor of the light wasn't that big of a deal. I could relate to her actually. I was a proud vampire who's gotten the blessing of the dark, and I didn't accept any alternatives. That was exactly when she got me going.
あんたなかなかやるじゃない。意外に女をだまくらかすのがうまかったのね。
Wow.
別に騙したつもりはねえが、見る目はあるだろう。そういう。
The fact that Claudia saw herself as the half person meant that she became something big. She would become something big when she realized she got what she lacked. In a way, she was basically thinking that she was far from her limit. Though really warped, she was a bit like me in that regard, wasn't she? We're compatible. She was hiding the potential to becoming something great, and she felt that she owed me. Remember, she said it was normal to repay a life with life? Seriously, could you even imagine a soul better suited for me? She fits so well, it was kind of funny.
死にたいでも死にたくないでも、ぶち殺してやるでも構わねえ。俺と一緒にいれば、いずれ必ずどれかを爆発させてやるよ。お前の半分しかない心を人並みに膨れ上がらせてやる。光とやらが届く領域まで導いてやろうじゃねえか。
And then, I would kill her. Drain her dry.
俺のもんだ、クラウディア。俺が拾った命なんだから、俺に捧げろ。
はい、あなたのことは信頼してます。
Wow.
怖い気持ちはありますが、これもまた半分ですから。
Scared about his heart as
生
well.
涯に人並みの何かを得られるのなら、たとえ最後の瞬間でも構いません。
ついていけない。おかしいですよ。
Not like you are any less insane, you are LDO member. I didn't see the point of Betty's whining. Like, come the fuck on. Everyone in that time period had a few screw loose, yeah. Like, Betty also is not normal, but she's like the most normal LDO member out there. Like, she's like the most normal. Like, she's the only person in the whole Obsidian table that feels like she doesn't belong there. No one was of the right mind. No matter where you looked, you wouldn't find anyone thinking straight.
死の恐怖さえもが半分ね。なるほど。そう思いたいわけだ。
And if that was what she wanted to think, it was best to just let her. The factor would become a possibility and an agent of change. As long as you don't accept them, limits just don't exist. I believed in victory, and I still do, not to this day. And I will keep believing in it forever, until the end of time and beyond, or until Shiro fight you and you die. Okay, and that's how our life was back then. Okay, that was very interesting backstory for Claudia and the relationship with Bey. So yeah, I will just save, and this is it for this episode. Let me know in the comments what do you think about Claudia mindset there. And yeah, now we finally understand how the relationship actually works right now. So she believes he have to repay with her life because he saved her life basically. So yeah, now it makes sense. So yeah, everyone, thank you for being with me. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. So leave up a like if you liked the episode, subscribe, check my Discord, and become a member if you'd like to support me and see this episode earlier, and maybe join streams like for members only sometimes, maybe, who knows. Anyway, thank you, and I will see you in the next one. So comments are yours, and I will see you in the next one. Yeah. So yeah, bye. For now, Pocket Watch is going out.